What's up, guys? Now, before you say anything, we are still giving away Freebie. We just can't do it right now because of what's going on with COVID-19, but we fully intend on giving her away right after the crisis is over.
Now for this video, we're going to focus on telling you who our final 5 contestants for our boat giveaway are, and also update you on our current and future plans, so stay tuned. So first off, we wanted to go into the specifics of why we can't give away Freebie right now. Obviously, you are aware of the COVID-19 crisis, but there are specific restrictions that they put in place in Monroe County or the Keys, and those are really preventing us from doing anything right now, including the title, transferring the title. The title office is closed. There's no traffic coming in on US 1 that isn't residents.
And even the marina where Freebie is currently at is putting restrictions on who can go see the boat and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, it's currently impossible for us to give away the boat until these restrictions, because of COVID-19, are lifted. So we really hope, I think, with pretty much everybody in the world right now, that this crisis, is gonna...
It's a turning point, and the restrictions are taken away.
Definitely.
Even though we can't give away Freebie right now, we still want to make progress with our plans and keep moving forward. It just might look a little bit different now.
Because of that, we went ahead and we read through all of the emails. We put the deadline, I think it was last weekend on Saturday, and we stopped reading emails after that. We got about 250 emails in total in the appropriate time window, and we had to read through all of them. It was a lot of work. It took us days, really, because we didn't want to leave anyone out, obviously. We wanted to give everybody their fair shot, so we read through every email, we watched every video. We probably got about 50 or 60 videos as well, and we watched every one of those. And it was really cool.
Thank you guys so much for sending in those submissions. It was awesome to see how we've kind of become part of your lives and somehow influenced some of you.
Oftentimes, you guys have seen us talk a lot, like we're talking in this video a lot, but we don't really get the chance to see you guys on the other end. And it was cool to see that either in email form or video form. We actually got to put a face on a lot of you guys, which is really cool. And that's part of the reason why we like to go to boat shows and meet up with you guys as well, because it really helps us put a face on, who's watching.
It did also make it very hard, though, to narrow this down. We're like, oh, these people are awesome. It took us a long time to start finally, whittling down the emails and who we were considering.
The first round, we narrowed it down to 130, and then we narrowed it down to 60, and then we just kept trying to narrow it down even more. So we had a few things we were looking for in those submissions. So we got to the point where we had probably a good solid 20 people that they all met the criteria, and we were just like, what do we do now?
We wanted someone who had a solid plan for how they were going to take possession of Freebie, whether that be sailing her, trucking her, and they had a place to put her, to work on her. We thought those were the biggest 2 points. There was another qualification too.
Experience as well was a benefit. Obviously it didn't weigh as heavily as having the means or a place to put her. But yeah, we were trying to gear towards people that would most likely be able to do something to her. It was really tough. I mean, I wish we could give Freebie to everybody, somehow, but it's just
timeshare.
Some kind of timeshare.
So the people that we're about to announce are the people that we felt were the most qualified. They have a solid plan, and we thought would give Freebie the best outcome.
So in no particular order, the first of the final 5 is Jim Singer. He sent us an email with a couple of pictures, and he's got a place in North Carolina.
So he'd be able to truck Freebie up to the lake behind his house, on which he has a dock, so he could basically work on Freebie in his backyard, which is an ideal situation.
Congratulations, Jim. We will be reaching out to you to schedule a Skype or Google Hangout or whatever conversation so that we can get some more information.
Our second finalist we're actually really excited about is Caroline Holt, and we're excited because you may remember in the video about giving away Freebie, we mentioned the port lights that were given to us by a viewer. That was Caroline Holt, and so it was funny to see it come full circle, and now she's applying to have Freebie for herself.
Yeah, so we just thought it'd be really, really cool. Plus, she has the means and the ability to take care of Freebie. She said that she would truck her up to her home in Alabama, and yeah, I mean, it would just be a really good situation, and she can work on Freebie in her backyard, and it'd be so cool that, you know, she gave away those port lights, and then
she's getting them back.
She's getting them back in a sense in the boat. So we just thought it'd be a really cool thing.
So keep an eye on your email, Caroline, and we'll be reaching out.
Now the next of the final 5 is going to be Robert Treader. Now he sent us an email and just with tons of cool information.
So he actually worked at the yard Freebie was built at back in the time frame that she was being built. So it's a possibility that Robert was there when Freebie was being built and passed by her every day on his way into work, which is pretty cool.
He's just been working in the boat industry in Florida his entire life, so he's got lots of experience. He's got a good amount of land in Florida where he would put the boat to work on her, so he's a really good candidate as well. So, Robert, keep an eye on your email. We're going to be reaching out. Now, who is our next of the final 5, Randy?
Our 4th of the final 5, again in no particular order, is Phil Morehouse.
Phil is in the Air Force. He's got a farm up in Arkansas, and that's where he wants to truck Freebie to complete the refit, and he's been sailing his entire life.
So Phil will be reaching out to schedule a Google Meet or Skype interview, because I definitely want to do a video with you, since on his farm he raises fainting goats, and I definitely would like to see one.
Yes. That's a requirement.
Yes.
So last but not least, the final person in our final 5 is Ed Weiser.
So Ed Weiser's from Port Charlotte, which is right around the area we were refitting Freebie in before. And he would be taking her back up to the Port Charlotte area and working in one of those boat yards. He is actually a marine electrician, so he's very comfortable with the electric system that we put in the boat and can work on continuing to improve that system as well.
Yeah, so he'd be a great home. I mean, he is probably one of the most qualified people that has applied, so he can probably do a lot of what we did even better than we did. So Ed, keep an eye on your email, and yeah, we'll schedule a meetup with you as well, and that's pretty much it. That's all 5.
That's all 5 of our top 5.
So we actually have 5 more people lined up. We're not going to announce them in this video, but we do have 5 kind of like on the back burner, in case like all 5 of these fall through.
Yeah, so we did a top 10 and then narrowed it down to a top 5, so if anything happens with our top 5, we can replace them if needed.
Yeah, so at this moment we're not taking any new entries, so if you guys think you can weasel your way in there.
Deadline was last week.
Yeah. So, but that's pretty much it. I mean, that's the boat giveaway. So we're going to reach out to those 5 and we're going to kind of let them plead their case. We're going to kind of try to talk them out of taking the boat, because she's definitely comes with a lot of problems too. And then we're going to make our decision and obviously let you guys know, but the actual handoff is probably going to be delayed until after the COVID-19 crisis, just because of everything that we talked about before.
So we just want to give a few general updates about what's going on with our lives right now as well.
Yeah, for those of you that are interested, obviously a lot of things have happened because of COVID-19, because of plans that we've already had, just a lot of different things. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's, where we are right now might look different.
Yeah.
We actually had to go ahead and set up a new office. So we're both sitting at my desk, and Randy's...
That's my desk.
Yeah, Randy's desk is right there.
It's very empty. We just built it. So.
We just built it, but basically we moved the past,
couple weeks.
A week or two, a week and a half ago. We moved, we set up a home office because we are now currently working from home.
Yes. We're virtually teaching starting on Wednesday. So we've been going through trainings to figure out how to best communicate with our kids online. And it's been an interesting process so far. Yeah,
but needless to say, we needed the home office. We're pretty happy about what we've got. I'm going to show you. This is our new office. We're pretty happy about having an actual dedicated space for work. So, pretty cool. Randy thinks I'm a dork.
Yes, I do.
So that was a little update about our full-time jobs, what we're doing for those, but what about the YouTube channel?
So as you might imagine, COVID-19 is making it pretty difficult to do boat tours, because we are practicing being safe and staying home rather than traveling around Florida touring different boats.
Yeah, so I mean, boat tours basically require us to travel, and that's not really possible right now.
Yes. We had planned on doing a little trip around the U.S. this summer to do a ton of boat tours, but it's sounding like this crisis may last quite a while.
Yeah.
So those plans probably are going to change. If nothing else, hopefully it improves enough that we can travel around Florida to continue doing boat tours. But right now it's kind of all up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. We're really just waiting it out to see what happens. Currently, as I think you guys are probably well aware, at least at the time of us making this video, the amount of new cases is still growing exponentially. So we can't really travel for boat tours. We're giving away our boat. What content are we going to be seeing on our channel?
Well, hopefully you'll be seeing more about who will be ending up with Freebie. That should be probably the next video that we do.
Yeah.
I don't know that we'll actually be able to transfer over possession of the boat to them yet, but we'll kind of play that by ear as well.
I mean, so much is just up in the air for us and for everybody. I mean, there's lots of people that are out of work. There's lots of people that are working mandatory overtime if they're in certain fields. There's people that are working from home like us. So it's just a weird time for everybody. But we're not going anywhere. You know, we're going to keep an eye on the crisis, obviously, and if things get better, we're going to start doing boat tours again.
Yeah.
And there might be another boat tour that we can do, or there might be one that we can do locally that we're looking at. So maybe we'll have a couple that we can do here in the Keys. But aside from that, I mean, we're really not going to travel outside of the Keys to get a boat tour done. So it is what it is, you know. It's you kind of, hopefully you guys will stick with us.
Yeah.
And
if you have suggestions of things that we could video for you that you'd be interested in, let us know.
There might be a little less content than normal on our channel, at least until the crisis is over.
So a lot of you are still wondering why we're giving away Freebie, and if you've been with us for a while, you've probably heard us talk about ultimately we'd like to have a catamaran. So giving away Freebie is just another step towards saving more money that we could put towards our future forever boat. We'd ideally like to have a new or nearly new or build our own catamaran, but there's several options.
Yeah, and we wanted to kind of go into specifics a little bit because some people are asking like where we're leaning as far as like what catamarans you really like, and it's probably a stretch goal because it is an expensive boat, is the Maverick 440. We really, really like that boat, but that's probably out of our price range. We still are two teachers, so I don't know that we can afford that.
It's a pipe dream.
It's a pipe dream, but the other one that is actually more affordable for us, because you know, even brand new, they're still decently affordable. I think they start at $310,000, and yeah, that's a lot of money. But for a catamaran, that's a lot more affordable. It is the Seawind 1160. Both of these boats we've done tours on, and you might be surprised that we are saying the Seawind 1160 light because we didn't really like it when we first saw it.
And we actually went and toured it again at the Miami Boat Show recently. I still stand by my two biggest complaints, but overall it is a really good boat, and for the price it's great. My two big complaints were the galley down, which is just a personal preference thing, and I don't like the location of the stays on the starboard and port sides.
You kind of have to take the good with the bad.
Yes.
Every boat's a compromise. The boat is so well priced.
And finished amazing.
Yeah, and the finish work is amazing. Like in comparison to like lots of other boats, like the finish work and the attention to detail on all the Seawinds we've gone on are just, they're just impeccable. They're awesome.
So something that we really like about the Seawind 1160 Lite is the way that we can outfit it. So you can actually outfit it with outboards, and we would love to do 2 electric outboards. It could have dagger boards for increased performance and cassette rudders. So with the outboards and cassette rudders, if you have all of those up, your draft is practically nothing.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah, so that's a really ideal setup, especially for electric. It would be much more efficient.
Yeah, it would just be really, really well set up with those 2 electric outboards and then potentially an inboard diesel generator.
Yes.
So obviously that boat would be awesome, but also the Maverick 440 comes as a diesel electric hybrid as well. It's just double the price. It is a bigger boat, but yeah. So those are kind of the 2 boats that we really, really like that are production boats. There are 2 more options that we've considered for building our own. And that would be what, Randy?
Schoening Designs and Granger Designs. We really like the Granger Designs Raku 40.
Yep.
And then the Schoening Designs, it was the Arrow
Yeah, the Aero 1200.
1200, I couldn't remember.
With Schoening and with Granger, they're kit boats. So they come to you with all the panels basically pre-made, and you basically glue and tab the whole structure together, and you build it yourself from there. So that's a cool option too. They're cheaper to get in, but obviously there's a lot of labor involved in doing that, and then you have to have a place to build it too. So MG Sailing just recently announced that they're going to be doing a kit catamaran, and we're really excited about that. They're probably going to get started on theirs before we do if we go that route. So we are definitely going to try to reach out to them and see if we can kind of pick their brain about that whole build process. So it's cool to see other YouTubers doing something similar.
We also haven't totally written off getting a used boat and refitting it, but having done a refit on Freebie and spending so much time on it, it's something we'd rather avoid.
Yeah, we're kind of at the point where we'd rather get a new or almost new boat. Not that they don't need work. Obviously, they still, a lot of times, they still need work, but it pales in comparison to like what we were doing on Freebie. So we've kind of got two seemingly opposing plans: getting a brand new catamaran or almost new, or building an entire one from the ground up ourselves. And we're still not completely sure where we're gonna go or what we're gonna do, but when the time comes, we'll make that decision. For now, all we need to do is be saving money, and that's what we're doing. So,
as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to follow along with our journey, and the notification bell if you want to know each and every time we upload a video.
See you guys.
Bye. Make sure you stay safe, wash your hands, stay home.
And let's hope this crisis ends soon. See you guys.
Bye.
I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it